I guess having a vision, like as I said earlier, when I wanted to be an illustrator, I wanted to be the best. And
Mhm.
I never had, my parents never pushed me to do anything. It was, I didn't have that thing. Sometimes when people, maybe their parents were a lawyer and they want them to be a lawyer, they, kind of fight that. They don't do what they want to do. So I had my own path. And I think
Mhm.
I've always made my own choices, whether they were good or bad, and not tried to necessarily follow someone else's method of success. Again, maybe that's a stupid thing because there's great people that we can learn from and skip over some things. I Some people, I remember a very fine artist when we were starting out. He really stressed he wanted to get into the Southwest Art magazine or something, and he
Mhm.
finally did. And he thinks, okay, now I've made it. But every time you get into a magazine, and I've been in hundreds and written my books, and they're all little stepping stones. So I
Mhm.
don't think there's one thing that's going to make you all of a sudden be the star.
Right.
And we've all, I remember like getting articles, the up and coming artists, like when we're young, and all of a sudden now 40 years are past. Now we're the old guys, like that old guy, he's still alive, they say. Oh, Kevin's still alive. They kind it seems like it goes in a blink of an eye in a way. And so again, finding your path that you enjoy the process, I think, is important to it. The
Mhm.
struggles, I guess I've always accepted the struggles. One of the hardest things for me that I have dealt with, I was always extremely shy. I
Mhm.
didn't, I couldn't go in front of people in school. I got out of even oral book reports. My teacher knew I couldn't do it without passing out, so she let me illustrate my book reports. And I think that
Oh.
was, her name was Mrs. Penny, so I love her to this day, that she helped me, one more stepping stone of doing my art. And when I became um, a fine artist and was asked to teach, I literally had to go to a hypnotist for 8 weeks just to get the courage to
Aw.
get in front of the people the first time.
Yeah.
And I would just have sweat attacks. And to this day, when I still do keynote speaking,
Mhm.
for the Portrait Society or the Plein Air Convention or wherever it might be, I just was in Ireland a couple of weeks ago and did that at the Art in the Open. I still have anxiety about that. So overcoming that for me as part of my career,
Yeah.
as getting out in front of people and sharing, teaching, which is very rewarding to me. And I really see that's one of the best things. I think the art has given me the opportunity to share that knowledge through my books and my workshops. But overcoming that fear that I had my whole life is one of the biggest struggles. But it's
Got
important that I force myself to do it so I can add that much more part to my art life.